Do artists really have to starve to be true to their craft? Must the business side of creativity drain all inspiration? No, it does not. 5 minutes on creative entrepreneurship can help you master the business side of creativity, reap greater rewards from your talent, and enjoy your work to the fullest.
I'm so glad trouble don't last always.
Money is the lifeblood of any business. As creative professionals, we don't usually prioritize the money side of our work. As a result, we're losing out on important information that we need to make healthy business decisions. Your money has a voice, and that voice will never lie to you. It won't flatter you either. Your money has important things to say, and you need to learn how to listen to it if you're going to run a sustainable, profitable, and enjoyable practice. I'm Eric Holter, and I've been a serial creative entrepreneur for over 3 decades. After graduating from Rhode Island School of Design in 1991, I could cut and print beautiful wood engravings. But I had no idea how to run a business. They just don't teach enough about business in art school. We've been working our way back through the 5 subjects that organize this podcast, and this week we'll return to the topic that began our journey, the topic of money. Understanding your financials is a fundamental and critical function of running a business. Unfortunately, art school doesn't usually offer courses on finance or even basic math. I got great grades in math during high school, but by my sophomore year in college, I actually had to spend several minutes trying to remember how to do subtraction in order to simply balance my checkbook. Our math muscles atrophy quickly from lack of use, and as creatives, that part of our brain is often suffering from neglect. But when we go into business, either as a freelance creative or all the more if we decide to run a firm, we're going to have to get our brains back in gear as we learn to read and understand our financial numbers. Fortunately, when it comes to the math part of managing your books, most of the heavy lifting is done for us. Accounting systems like QuickBooks do all that adding, subtracting, and reconciling. And spreadsheets calculate our totals and subtotals automatically. All we have to do is keep them up to date, and more importantly, learn how to understand and interpret the reports these systems provide. When it comes to understanding the financial fundamentals for running a professional services company, there's not all that much we need to master. Fortunately, most creative service companies don't have to deal with inventory, capital expenditures, or sales tax, and so our inputs and our reports are relatively basic. There are really only 3 reports that we need to review with some regularity. 2 of these are reports that any true accounting system, such as QuickBooks or Xero, can provide with a simple click of a mouse. These are the profit and loss report and the balance sheet. If you're not using a true accounting system, but instead depending on simpler systems that primarily manage invoicing, they'll not be able to generate these 2 reports. It's well worth your time to move your finances into a system that can quickly provide these 2 essential financial reports. The third financial report, which I described in episode 4, is a cash flow projection spreadsheet. And while all 3 reports are important, your cash flow projection is the most important for managing your weekly and monthly financial planning and decision making. And so over the next few episodes, I'm going to explain each of these 3 fundamental reports in a bit more detail and how each one provides a different glimpse into your financial performance. Learning about financial reports is not nearly as exciting as learning some new creative technique or diving into a new project. But if you take the time to understand these simple reports and how to interpret them, if you learn how to listen to what your money is saying, you'll gain important insights that can ensure that you'll have the wherewithal to continue enjoying your creative practice for a long time to come. Next week, I'll tell you about the profit and loss report so you can gain more profit and experience less loss. Until next week, don't let the business of creativity overwhelm your creative business.
5 Minutes on Creative Entrepreneurship is a podcast by Eric Holter, mentor to creative entrepreneurs. You can find more content and resources at ericholter.com. His book, Blazing the Freelance Trail, is available on Amazon in print, Kindle, and audio. If this podcast is helpful to you, be sure to share it with your colleagues, and ratings and reviews are always appreciated.
I'm so glad trouble don't last